In a small town, nestled between dense woods, stood an abandoned house that locals whispered about. They said it was cursed, haunted by the spirits of its former inhabitants. One stormy night, a group of friends dared each other to spend the night inside. They laughed off the rumors, but as they approached the creaking front door, a chill ran down their spines. As they entered, the air turned cold, and the door slammed shut behind them. A flickering candle on a dusty table illuminated a note that read, "Welcome to your final night." The friends exchanged nervous glances, but bravado took over. They decided to explore, unaware that something was watching them from the shadows. In the living room, they found old photographs of a family that once lived there. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed from the kitchen. They rushed to investigate, but found nothing. Just as they were about to laugh it off, a low whisper filled the air. "Get out!" Panic set in, but they convinced themselves it was just the wind. As they ventured deeper into the house, they stumbled upon a locked door leading to the basement. Curiosity piqued, they found a rusty key hidden beneath a floorboard. With trembling hands, they unlocked the door, revealing a dark staircase spiraling down into the abyss. One friend, eager for adventure, descended first. The basement was pitch black, and the air was thick with the smell of decay. They heard their friend's voice, echoing from the darkness. "You guys have to see this." But as they followed, the voice faded into silence. They called out, but there was no response. A sense of dread filled the air. As they realized they were now alone, suddenly, shadows began to dance along the walls, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes. The remaining friends huddled together, their hearts racing. A cold breeze swept through the basement, and they felt a presence looming over them. "We need to leave," one whispered. But the door slammed shut, trapping them inside. In the corner of the basement, a figure slowly materialized, a pale woman in a tattered dress, her eyes hollow and empty. "Why have you come?" she wailed, her voice echoing like a distant memory. The friends were frozen in fear, unable to move as she reached out toward them. Her fingers elongated and skeletal. Desperation set in as they realized they had to escape. They searched for another way out, but the walls seemed to close in around them. One friend remembered the window at the top of the stairs. They rushed back, but the staircase felt endless, the shadows growing thicker with each step. As they neared the top, they heard footsteps behind them, heavy and deliberate. Panic surged through them as they sprinted up the stairs, the sound growing louder. They burst through the door, but the living room was now transformed, furniture overturned, and the windows were blackened, as if night had fallen inside the house. In the chaos, they spotted the family portrait again, but now the faces were twisted in agony. The friends realized the family had been trapped in the house, just like them. "We have to break the curse," one friend shouted. But the walls began to pulse, as if the house itself was alive and angry. Desperate, they searched for anything that could help them break the curse. They found an old book, its pages filled with strange symbols and incantations. They gathered in a circle, chanting the words, hoping to appease the spirits. As they spoke, the temperature dropped, and the lights flickered ominously. Suddenly, the woman appeared again, her face twisted in rage. "You cannot leave!" she screamed, and the house shook violently. The friends clung to each other, fear gripping their hearts. They realized they had awakened something far more sinister than they had anticipated, and the house was fighting back. In the midst of the chaos, one friend turned on the others, revealing he had known about the curse all along. He had lured them to the house to feed the spirits, hoping to gain their favor. Betrayal cut deep as the others turned on him, but the house was already consuming him, dragging him into the shadows. With their friend gone, the remaining friends rallied together, determined to escape. They raced toward the front door, but it was sealed shut. They remembered the window and dashed toward it, but the shadows clawed at their heels. With one final push, They hurled themselves against the window, shattering the glass. As they tumbled outside, the house let out a deafening roar, shaking the ground beneath them. They lay on the grass, gasping for breath. But when they looked back, the house stood silent, and still, as if nothing had ever happened, they fled into the woods, forever haunted by the memories of that night, knowing the curse would never truly be broken.